Good afternoon, everybody. I am Vinny Martello, world famous hillbilly mechanic. Not really. And today, unfortunately, we're not working on the race car. I got a bunch of other responsibilities to deal with. I haven't really touched this thing in months. Got machines here to restore, customers to satisfy, what have you. But I've had some things that have been on my heart that I kind of want to share with whoever's willing to sit down and watch this video. Because there's a lot of discouragement going on in this world right now, but there's also some good things happening too. And I was recently inspired by something. It's a fella named Dwayne who has a YouTube channel called the Dry Creek Wrangler School. And he'll have these little sit-down conversations and he'll talk about becoming a proper kind of man. And I think that's just great. I absolutely love what he's doing, and I am hoping to kind of help carry along that conversation. Now, a lot of the things that we hear today, and kind of seen in a really negative light, is the echo chamber, and a lot of times that can be a really bad thing, especially if you're getting the same information thrown into your head over and over and over again. That's just no good. But is it necessarily a bad thing to echo the truth? Now, Dwayne does a lot of truth speaking, which I think is fantastic, and I want to echo that truth. Not his truth, not my truth, the truth. There's a big difference. I do not own a monopoly on truth. I am a passing speck in the universe, and so are you. So what is truth? Well, as Dwayne has talked about, is becoming a proper kind of man. I highly recommend you go watch that video and pretty much every other bit of content he pushes out there. I think it's fantastic. And what I want to talk about today is becoming a man in this new modern era. Now, you might be an 18, 20, 25-year-old young man, and you're probably feeling very discouraged. Welcome to the club. You could be single, you could be living alone, could still be living with your parents, and you just might feel like a loser. And that sucks. We've all been there. We've all been 18 years old, awkward, and losers, and dumb. I would know. I was an 18-year-old young man once. I was dumb too. We've all been there. The important thing is to remember is that it's one thing to be young and stupid. It's another thing to be old and stupid. So this is your opportunity to be young and stupid, but start the whole transition process into becoming old and wise. And the earlier you start it, the better. So what is the first little piece of information that I can give you? It's nothing new. It is nothing profound. Man up. Vinny, what does that mean? What does it mean to man up? Don't tell me to man. I said it. I said man up. What does that mean? Being a man is about being responsible. Get up in the morning. Make your bed. Do your laundry. Do your dishes. If you're living at home, respect your parents, even if you don't like them. My father and I, we've butted heads a lot over the years. Some things have gotten better between us, thank God. But it wasn't easy in the beginning, and I had to respect somebody that when I was young and angry, I didn't really like. It's hard. But when you get through that and you get out into the real world, it hardens you, it makes you stronger, and it makes you more capable when you kind of learn how to respect and deal with things that you're not particularly happy with, because then you don't spend your whole life musing over things that you can't control. I cannot control somebody who's twice my age. I just can't. So that's kind of the first thing you need to do is man up, be confident, be proud, be strong, be capable, be competent. You can do these things. These are all things within your control. Number 2, grab a roll of toilet paper and learn how to wipe your own ass. There's way too many people in this world who don't want to take responsibility and who want to blame their problems on somebody else. Stop doing that. If you're in a bad situation right now, it's probably your fault, which means you have the power to make it better. And there's nothing wrong with being wrong necessarily. We all make mistakes, but that doesn't mean you should just stop and lay in your own misery and just stay there. Start wiping your own ass. Step number 3 is kind of an interesting one because I've been seeing a lot of interesting things on the internet, and it's kind of funny to watch. You might get a little bit of this Cardinal Schadenfreude from it. You might see things like arrogant female gets totally owned by alpha chat and blah 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 blah. And it might feel good to see, a less than savory woman get her comeuppance, but At the same token, is that something we really want to be proud of? There's a lot of young women in this world right now that are very confused. There's a lot of young men in this world right now that are very confused. Because you've got this weird societal narrative saying that the men need to be women and the women need to be men, but women don't exist, but men do and men are the problem, but women aren't. It's like, look, I'm already confused enough as it is. I'm 31 years old and I'm still trying to learn how to be a man. So basically, take all of that nonsense and just push it away. That is not truth. You are a young man, or maybe an old one, and that's what you're going to be. And it's your job, it's your responsibility to make the best of it. Now, maybe you're single. Maybe you're frustrated by that. It can suck being single. It can also be great being single. It depends on how you handle it. I've been married for 5 years. And when I first got married, I did not know how to be a husband, and I honestly did not know how to be a man. I didn't really learn a lot of things that I needed to growing up, and that's another story for another day. But, you know, when I got out into the world in my 20s, I was ignorant. And I knew how to hold down a job and pay the bills, but that's all I was good for. I couldn't think for myself. I couldn't really make good decisions. I couldn't plan. I couldn't prepare. I couldn't really do anything right. And then a woman came along. A good woman. Keywords there. Good woman. Now, before you turn off the video, I'm going to quote something from the Bible here, but just bear with me. Now, I'm not some master theologian, I'm just some hillbilly mechanic, but somewhere in the Bible it says something that really struck out to me once, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It says, "Blessed is he who finds a wife." Say that again a few times in your head. Blessed is he who finds a wife. It did not say, blessed is he who finds a woman. Key words there. Woman, wife, woman, wife. Those are two very different things. And until you learn that distinction, you will never find joy in your life. Oh, but I just want to be happy. Shut up. Happiness is a temporary thing. Joy is eternal. Stop chasing happiness, because in the end, it's just going to leave you unhappy. Here's the thing. Happiness is a vapor in the wind. Joy is the wind under your wings that will take you to new heights. Seek joy. Do not seek happiness. Seek a wife. Do not seek a woman. And a big part of getting a woman is keeping a woman. Because it's easy just to get one. You can have the big muscles and the long hair, and you can know all the cool pickup lines. But in the grand scheme of things, that ain't getting you nowhere, all right? Young man, listen to me. That ain't getting you nowhere. What you need to do is focus on being a good man, not a cool man. And you need to focus on finding a wife, not a woman. Now, like I said, I've been married for 5 years, and I've been blessed by God, because I'm a bit of an ornery little shit, but I got a lot better than I deserved, because I have a good, smart, capable, God-fearing woman. And so let me tell you something. A good woman is really hard to live with. It's downright frustrating. Do you know why it's frustrating? Because she has standards, and she holds me to those standards. And I want to do what I want to do. Maybe I want to be lazy. Maybe I don't want to do the dishes. Maybe I don't want to clean up after myself. And these are all things that aren't becoming of a man. But what she has done through all of it is that she has respected me even when I wasn't respectable. And then that kind of puts the onus on me to become a respectable man, because she's sitting here giving me something that I don't deserve. So I need to reevaluate how I'm living my life, because I want to be worthy of my wife. That's another thing, young man. You have to have the desire to be worthy of the woman that you're with. But she also needs to respect you. Young lady, respect your man. And if he's a person of goodwill, he will eventually figure it out. And that's another important thing, is that both of you have to be of goodwill. Let me tell you something else. Do you know what my body count is? I know a lot of young men seem to think this is so cool that, oh, I got all the bitches. You're not cool. Nobody cares. Let me tell you something about sex. Sex is a natural human bodily function. It is just as natural as taking a shit. All right? And if you take a shit, I'm not impressed. Now, if you're 75 years old and you got irritable bowel syndrome and you managed to take a shit that day, Good job, buddy. We're all happy for you, okay? But otherwise, nobody's impressed that you take a shit, all right? I do that every day, sometimes twice. I don't get no trophy for that. It ain't no different with sleeping around. Stop focusing on the body count and start focusing on being with the right somebody. If you want to be a joyful young man, you need to pursue a wife, okay? And that's going to be difficult. It's going to take time. But what I can tell you, at least what you don't want to do, is don't go to the bars. Don't sit there and order some girl you don't know a drink and try to take her home with you. That's not going to get you anywhere in life, because you're making a fool of yourself and you're taking advantage of her and her insecurities. And that's not cool. That doesn't make you special. That doesn't make you a man. It makes you a simp, okay? A simpleton. Not somebody that's respectable, not somebody that your parents would be proud of. Join a church, join a hobbyist club, some kind of faction where, you know, people are trying to build and produce and create and do things. Be somewhere where productivity can exist. That's a better place to find a potential partner than hitting up the bars and Tinder and the social media apps and all that. Because all this is doing is it's corrupting our minds. It's making us dumber. I'm guilty of it too. I get on arguments with people on Facebook I don't even know. At the end of the day, I'm the fool, even if I'm right. Which I probably am. Or not. But no. Young man, you got to start thinking about being a respectable, responsible man. Stop thinking about body count. And if you're tired of being single, do something about it. But do it the right way. Remember, blessed is he who finds a wife.